Hi, my name is Dion Matta, and I'd like to welcome all of you to my very first video, interactive video of course, that will be shortly posted on YouTube. It's not the first video that I've done, but it's actually the first video that I've actually narrated. So be patient with me because it is a bit difficult to sort of talk and paint and draw at the same time, but I'll try to do my best. Anyways, this is an educational session on how I can take a blank canvas, such as this behind me, and transform it into eventually what we call a work of art. So there are various levels and steps that I'll be showing you, and it's not easy, of course, but this is the reason why I'm actually putting this on video, is as an educational part for those who are in the field, and those studying in the field, and those who are thinking going into the field of arts, that you gotta have fun. If you don't have that characteristic, or you don't add that element of characteristic, then it's going to be an uphill battle, an uphill task to eventually get to where you want to finish it. So let's start by first looking at the canvas. Ideally, I picked this size because it's a regular fairly size. Let's take a look at the size here. To give you an idea, it's a 24-inch by 20 inches. And it's not small, but it's ideally enough to put a particular subject on, and not to put too much paint, and of course not too much time, because what we'll need is time. Various days, of course, because we can't finish this in 1 hour, but this video might take up to about an hour. So I'll show you, first of all, the first step to putting a subject on a canvas. So let's get into the mood. Let's be inspired a bit. And one way of inspiring, or how I get inspired, is to use music. So let's put an old classic here. I'm sure you are all familiar with some CCR. Alright. It's important not to rush into things. Take your time. As you know, time is irrelevant, because what's important is the mood, the zone, the inspiration, and the amusement. And eventually, if you put all those elements all together, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, it doesn't matter. Because as we put all these elements together and have fun, and apply what we know and our skills, we eventually transform this canvas, as blank as it is, into a final product. So I'll show you how that could be done. First thing is to step back. but it's the best piece of element that one can use to put on canvas a particular subject. And if you do make a mistake, here's an eraser, a very soft gum eraser, as you can see. And we can apply the charcoal, and we can take the eraser and look, it just easily comes off. The whole idea is to think of what we like to apply on the canvas. So we're going to draw. Before we paint, we draw. And we're going to draw the subject that we think somewhere in Europe. Softly applying, gently, the rocks. Okay. Small, dribs and drabs. Put a spell on you. Remember, you gotta have fun. Otherwise, what's the purpose of doing all this? Gotta be in the mood. My mood for now is listening to Credence, Clearwater, and Revival. I hope that all of you looking at this video have an idea of what it would be like to be in the mood background all the way on the top. Constantly visualizing. You want to produce this cognitive approach. We think our you don't want to be drawing lines. Faint lines are used just to show perspective. Then you draw in various tonalities, and you eventually produce the cognitive feeling. supposed to look like a rooftop, but pretty still early in the stages here.